Hello, hello. Yo, what's up?
Looks cold. Is it cold?
Yes, it's cold.
It's a bit sad to see you like that.
I'm freezing.
Yeah, I think it works like how like the last thing that you make. Maybe I want to watch together with you.
Yeah,
And we
so
just do that.
let's start with that. It's in movies, revision, and I'm gonna do screen share. What? Oh yeah. Oh no, I didn't do the. Wait, I forgot to do the sound. Hmm. Okay. Should I keep the cursor
Give me
here
a
so
second.
you can see the
Give me a second.
time or no?
Sorry. Yep. Yeah, then I can see the time. Thanks. Yeah.
Okay, I'll just keep it like maybe here. Okay. River run past Eve and Adams from swerve of shore to bend of bay.
I want the audience to experience, to see that that everybody will interpret very differently. The audience will give a different meaning. Everybody will do something differently, slightly different from a clear pattern. So regardless of if you open or not open, the art work is there.
It's just there. So we're just experimenting with these different mediums.
The short C, Hapas and core retrieved from North America on this side.
And that can
Right.
be the video. I mean, in the video, we tried different things like drawing and, like moving hand or moving the body. And also we made the composition of the video. That's another medium. And then we're adding the live person. That's another thing. Um, so I think it totally makes sense.
Like now the focus is in the hands and the pen and the paper, where the score happens. When the movement happens, is only there. But in the bodies, everybody has, yeah, two legs, two arms, the whole body. The more movement you allow, the more nuances will happen, the more chaos will
Mm.
appear.
On this side, this scratchy is if solid, rigid, slow, grounding, always there, continuous line, modular, pixel, block.
It's kind of boring.
Kind of boring. It's also like how choreographers are doing, right? Like, for example, also, like maybe with the space, like Trisha Brown, um, like their, I don't know, methods or technique. It's about having dancers to experience something that they haven't experienced yet by defining the cube or um, kinesphere or this kind of
Exactly. Yeah,
geometry.
totally.
Yeah, yeah.
Bring us by a commodious vicus of recirculation back to Howth Castle and environs. Wait, I need to.
Okay. The short sea had passant core re-arrived from North Armorica.
I often do. I see like two options, very binary. And but this is it's yeah, how it happens naturally.
Yeah, of course. I mean, you can't just come up with something new. It's new because it has a reference.
It's not. It's just coming to existence just by itself. Violer des Amors Frover the short C, hapas encore
Because if you have a feedback, you normally see something in the past, right?
past. Yeah, you cannot
Yeah.
go in front. You cannot
Yeah.
go in the future. You always can see the past, but
Yeah.
not the future. I mean, what I found interesting of the future now that we're speaking is that it forces you to go to the magical, spiritual, sigil space. It forces you to go to something that is not there. So you have to make up something and convince me that it is the future. Moose of Europe Minor to will their fight. I think the Earth should be round, isn't it? Like the Earth
Yeah.
some reason it's round. No, like I mean that was
Conspiracy
established
theory.
years ago. It was established the Earth is round. um, so I guess it's
Yeah.
just a matter of scaling. It's just like you
Yeah.
are in a segment.
Okay.
Yeah, I think the video works. Totally.
Yeah.
You know what I was thinking? That maybe what what if let's do this right now? Like I was just checking. Try to play in YouTube the video of YouTube, like the previous
Okay.
one that you upload. I don't know did you upload this one already YouTube? No.
This one is on YouTube too. I mean, I
Yeah. So
did it unlisted.
yeah. So just send me just maybe play this video from YouTube and let put the subtitles, the caption. I want to see what happens with it
Oh,
because that will be fucked up.
I wonder if it already works. Wait, how
I
does it
mean, it
work?
worked before because I'm checking like sometimes when we talk, like it really works
Okay.
when we
Okay.
do the chats. Yeah.
Let's see. So let me just check first. Oh, yeah, I think it's working. Does it work? Share screen, video, this one. So I'm going to make it full screen
Yes.
and start river run past Eve and Adams from swerve of shore to bend of bay.
I want the audience to
Can you put it again
experience,
from the
to see
beginning?
that
Sorry.
there's,
For a second, what?
yeah, put it from the beginning, like, sorry.
Okay, yep, start it again.
Here.
River run past Eve and Adams from swerve of shore to bend of bay.
I want the audience to experience, to see that there's, that everybody will interpret very differently. The audience will give a different meaning. Everybody will do something differently, slightly different from a clear pattern. So regardless of if you open or not open, the art work is there.
It's just there. So we're just experimenting with these different mediums.
The short C, hapas encore retrieved from North America on this side.
And that can
Right.
be the video. I mean, in the video, we tried different things like drawing and, like moving hand or moving the body. And also we made the composition of the video. That's another medium. And then we're adding the live person. That's another thing. So I think it totally makes sense.
Like now the focus is in the hands and the pen and the paper, where the score happens. When the movement happens, it's only there. But in the bodies, everybody has, yeah, two legs, two arms, the whole body. The more
Stop for a
movement you
second.
allow, the more this is so no inclusive when I said this, but we're gonna change it. I mean, you know what I
Uh,
mean? Because I said everybody has two legs, two arms. That's not true. I mean, one can argue, you know what I mean? But we're not gonna
yeah,
change it. We're gonna change, like, I mean,
no.
the purpose. Like, yeah. Yep.
I mean, you
It's
could, if someone says, then you can say that everybody in this video,
yeah, actually it's a good answer. Yeah,
yeah,
everybody in this video. But
yeah,
also everybody, it depends on the perspective, like might be different limbs or it's just this is so wrong. Anyway, when I saw that, I was like, okay, it depends if somebody wants to really be a pain in the ass, you can just go there. But yeah. Just yeah. Sorry.
I
Can you
didn't think
go
about it, but it's a good point. Should I
go
just
like
continue
from the beginning,
or
from the beginning of this part?
this part? Yeah.
Like now the focus is in the hands and the pen and the paper, where the score happens. When the movement happens, is only there. But in the bodies, everybody has, yeah, two legs, two arms, the whole body. The more movement you allow, the more nuances will happen, the more chaos will
Mm.
appear.
On this side, this
Sorry, can you go
strategy
back like at the
is
beginning again? Because
if
I got lost in the scene of this part. Because I was just waiting for that.
okay.
Like now the focus is in the hands and the pen and the paper, where the score happens. When the movement happens, is only there. But in the bodies, everybody has, yeah, two legs, two arms, the whole body. The more movement you allow, the more nuances will happen, the more chaos will
Mm.
appear.
On this side, this strategy is if solid, rigid, slow, grounding, always there, continuous line, modular, pixel, block.
It's kind of boring though.
Kind of boring. It's also like how choreographers are doing, right? Like, for example, also, like maybe with the space, like Trisha Brown, like their, I don't know, methods or technique. It's about having dancers to experience something that they haven't experienced yet by defining the cube or kinesphere or this kind of
Exactly. Yeah,
geometry.
totally.
Yeah, yeah.
Bring us by a commodious vicus of recirculation back to Howth Castle and environs. Wait, I need to.
Okay. The short sea had passant core re-arrived from North Armorica.
I often do. I see like two options, very binary. And but this is it's yeah, how it happens naturally.
Yeah, of course. I mean, you can't just come up with something new. It's new because it has a reference.
It's not. It's just coming to existence just by itself. Violer des Amors over the short sea. Hapas en core.
Because if you have a feedback, you normally see something in the past, right?
Past, yeah. You cannot
Yeah,
go in front. You cannot
yeah,
go in the future. You always can see the past, but
yeah.
not the future. I mean, what I found interesting of the future now that we're speaking is that it forces you to go to the magical, spiritual, sigil space. It forces you to go to something that is not there. So you have to make up something and convince me that it is the future. Moose of Europe Minor to will their fight. I think the Earth should be round, isn't it? Like the Earth
Yeah.
should be like round. No, like I mean that was established
Conspiracy theory.
years ago. It was established the Earth is round.
Yes.
um, so I guess it's
Yeah,
just a matter of scaling. It's just like you
yeah.
are in a segment. So and this is 446, right?
River,
This is for
446, yeah.
and how long is the one of? Well, I'm just checking now. The montage. This is five.
Yeah, a bit
Five.
more.
So both together are like 10. Okay. Good.
Right.
So I don't know, maybe I guess I will put it because I think we should use it with the subtitles. I think it works better also for
Yeah,
people who
it's true.
Looks quite good, the subtitles, no? Mm.
Yeah, I think it's kind of like understandable, right?
Yeah, one there.
More or less.
It's
Yeah.
not because I when I tried some years ago, it was not good at all. Like now
Mm.
it's quite, yeah, because sometimes I use like, yeah, when you have really different accents with some words, like that will be
Mhm.
difficult to understand.
Yeah,
And
the
it
only
catches.
time is like when we talk at the same time, it's gets a bit
Okay,
confused. But
true. But yeah, it gives, I mean, especially for somebody who is not used to, I mean, here in Germany, the people, not everybody has like at the same level. You know, it's different in the Netherlands or in, yeah, in small countries or
right.
in Scandinavia. In Germany, people, not everybody speak like a kind of
Can
okay English.
we can we actually put it into German? Is it
Try
an
like I
option?
couldn't. I think you have
Yeah,
to
I think there's an option. Do it.
try put it like, and let me
Do you
see
want to
in German.
do a check? Like a
No, I
bit
want to check that.
share screen again. This starts with der.
That's
Yes, dude.
that's fucked up.
I'll just like run it for like 1 minute. Run past Eve and Adams from swerve of shore to bend of bay.
I want the audience to experience, to see that there's that everybody will interpret very differently. The audience will give a different meaning. Everybody will do something differently, slightly different from a clear pattern. So regardless of if you open or not open, the art work is there.
It's just there. So we're just experimenting with the different mediums.
The short C,
I'm stupid.
tapas and core. Yeah.
I feel this is distracting. I don't know if this is
Maybe
like
it's too
people
much.
coming. Yeah, I
It's too
think this is
much.
too
Yeah. Too
much.
much. It's too
Yeah,
much because already the text is not completely clear in I mean in English. I mean we are playing with that.
exactly. And then people
And
start to see like, oh, this is wrong. This is wrong. And that's like
yeah,
this not
yeah,
good.
no, no. So what I will say maybe is like I will just try to put it just like in from internet because I wanted just to have the footage actually, so not to have it to need to have it from internet.
Oh,
But I will just like now I will just put it in the slides that I'm working on that, and then I will just see if there is the need to maybe just maybe record maybe a screen
do you want
record.
me to do it with OBS? Maybe.
Sure, yeah, you can maybe do it that,
Yeah,
yeah, do it,
I could
and
do
we
that.
just have it ready in case that we need it because it might
Yeah.
be that it's just, but yeah, like, yeah, just maybe just you do it. Um, I also like so I did my, well, like I put the in the chat, so the menu of the day I call it.
Okay.
Does that understand if you read
Wait,
that? I mean, this
where?
is, I mean the in
Oh,
sorry
okay,
in the
okay, yeah,
document.
yeah. Like the agenda.
That's the agenda. Yeah, maybe call it agenda because I didn't know how to call it.
Oh, I kind of like it. Menu of the day. It sounds like, at the restaurant.
Yeah, but it's gonna happen. So I think so. It's short and summarized. Like I guess in the slide I will put it without the minutes.
Right.
Without so it's there. And I like what you wrote. I guess I have to put it in my own words.
Of course, yeah.
Mm, and from the video call, I thought we have to test, but I mean I saw that was kind of clear. I mean I saw it without seeing your script. And that's nice that you put the microphone. What I thought it could be just blonde, blend like because I think I depends. I mean, I hope I guess I will try to be in this mood. There is like, I mean, trying to give energy to the people.
Mm.
So the idea then I will say then like, from the moment from the beginning that is fun, that is not so serious. That's part of the way how I will try to introduce me and be also with the space. Um
Well, don't say it's not serious, but you can say playful.
Playful, okay, maybe
Yeah.
okay.
It's
Don't
just
say
serious.
it's playful. Okay, what you will, okay, maybe I will put it in my notes because, but it's good that you said
Yeah.
playful. This is playful, please have fun. I'll just put it here just for now. Please have fun. This is playful. Please have fun. And so at some point I said, what? I had that there's a mystery pattern that you must try to find out. And then there's revealing of the mystery. It's like, wow, what a mystery. I think with the audience, I also will keep it. I think that I will call one person from the audience and deal with that. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, could be somebody that maybe I will see how it goes in the day. I might, but somebody will be there and then we'll see. It might not work and then that's fine. But I guess that's why I guess in the introduction, I must say it somehow. I don't see. Yeah, I need to say somehow that things are not working always, and that's fine.
Right.
But so I need to do something like because that for me is important. Like that's what I mentioned in different words of uncertainty on this, like to
Mm.
say to the people that things are not work, especially when technology are not always working in the way you want. So being
Right.
depending on that is really being dependent that everything will flow perfectly in technology. Working at that intersection is not a good approach.
Right. Right.
Oh, just what I said, like this is what I need to say, like
Well, things don't always work.
things not always work. Yes, I always put it in my notes. Chat. Depending, depending of depending on technology. What I said, I every time I hate it. Like I can, my words are so complicated when I speak is simple. Depending on technology things, so the things not always work, right? And the being depending on technology is not is not an approach that I will suggest. At least that's, I mean, that's not an approach that I take.
Right.
Like I don't like to be dependent on technology because in my experiences the technology is really unreliable. So yeah. What did I say?
Not to rely on technology.
Not to rely
Not
on
to be
technology.
dependent on things.
No, to my approach is be depending depending on technology because technology is what
It
my approach
fails
is not because
or it doesn't always work.
yeah, so like the whole thing is like I mean the problem is not that it's not working, but the problem is like if you want to in a performance or in a setup that's the thing in a live setup that's the thing, no, in a live setup, so like performance that a live is live art, um being dependent, like the problem in a live setup is that um things not always working the same in the way that you would expect. Not in Japanese, is not helping now. But actually, but this is super clear, like because in performing arts, like things also, I mean, performances, things are not always in the same way. Every
Right.
day is different performance. So, and then the performance and everybody adapts around that.
Right.
So
It's
I
live
think
art.
it's yeah. So then I think it's a good approach also to do in technology to not be I mean, to just adapt to what is happening.
Right.
Things, because things don't work in the way you expect in live setup. But not, my approach is a little bit, yeah, I think it's like that. My approach is not be dependent on technology. Yeah. Voilà, because things work in a way you expect in live setup, right? Don't depend on technology. Right, in space. And maybe then I can say like something, because this is what we do, like this is what we're, I think that's why I thought like to allow for the VR or something, to allow a little bit of space for the chaos, is
Mm.
because of that, and because we have experience with you in doing that. And I was thinking also that it will be just, I think it will be just really fun for me to do this. I was reflecting a bit with the way how we work, and I think I would like to then develop more this way. It's quite easy, you know, like, I mean, it's quite easy in the same the way how we try to not suffer in the performance. No, we try to
Right.
go along with the, yeah, like to not suffer, to not make it like a yeah, like, yeah, to play
Staged. I
basically
mean, it
your
is
way.
staged, but we just find different ways. Yeah, because we do it for our works, like when we, well, like work, like when we work for other people,
But that
sometimes
means
we suffer.
that's what I like somehow, like, and that's what I will be curious, and that's what I think like with the Slovenia is like could be interesting, is that somehow it seems, and that I'm think that we should develop on that way. I think we are in a way kind of breaking this some barriers, some wall between, you know, in a performance there is like still there is an object and there is intention, there is, you know, you go and sit and you give attention to, I guess, almost try to have this classical immediacy of getting lost within the art piece as an audience. That's why you go and see it, and then you say in performance you try to give space for the art to take you to certain place. But in the way how we are doing it is, it's not that it's completely a part of that, depending on the setups, but it's just, I guess what I'm saying is like the distance between the audience, say in a performance is like this. Also, I will say even in a museum that is not live art, there is a distance between the artwork of the audience. We are more close. Like what we present, also the language that we use, on the way how we are trying a way to do or at least that's the process that we are trying to invite more people in
Right.
in that process, so that they feel that they can, I mean, that they are not so far away from the artwork, I guess.
Yeah. I mean, it's there are like different strategies, right? Like the way I see like a lot is like we try to give a lot of like entry points to people so that they can choose where they enter, so they don't have to fit in that space. I mean, somehow, yes, but like the practices are like that, like we just have a lot of things and then they can say they like this or they don't like this, but they can find what they like.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, but I think like maybe I guess what I'm trying to underline, that I think that I would like to work more around that area, is because I mean we should be able to put it in words, and I mean and develop on that, is, I guess, what I mentioned with not being too serious. Like, it's normally art is it's very serious, you know,
Mm,
or it's, and you know, especially like contemporary dance is like very dramatic, and you know, like you have always, and like it's so everything is very dramatic. uh so there is always this thing, um that is fine. I mean, it's totally fine, but I guess the way how I see it that we do it is that I think I don't know. I see that is, yeah, in a way, I guess I will say it is more the distance between I mean, if in a way for the drama to happen, you need the dancer in a certain place and the audience in certain place to kind of contemplate the
Mm,
artwork, like to get in this immediacy and contemplation. Because if you get too close, then it doesn't work. You lose the magic of the apparatus of the theater.
right.
Um, is that I think we are close to the audience, and yet because we are working with the apparatus of the theater. I guess what I think it's just it seems to me there is something that is performative, but also there is informative. That's what I meant. Maybe we should find a word. There's not a lecture performance, but there is
Mm,
it's something that is playful, and but still it is an artwork. It is an artwork.
yeah, yeah. Like how I did the performance in Colombia also. Like I was talking and it's but it's not a lecture, I don't know.
Like the long performance you did.
Yeah. It's a bit different, but it's also like about being honest and just putting there like the
But then what I'm
approach.
seeing, and I guess that's my question is like, because I don't know so far in how we do things, is once you put a stage, say like once there is a big space, that's why I think the Slovenia thing was like extreme. Once you put a place where you can place 500 people in an audience, um, so there is a lot of space in between you and the audience.
Right.
How is that you generate that connection?
Mm,
How, if because if what I'm saying in a way is that we speak about intimacy, like of
yeah.
being in a space, like also because the way how we develop um like best practices was always, I mean, people, there were not too many people following, so it's but the people who were very interested, so like the audience was not so big, so just naturally was a small and intimate space, almost
Mm,
of friends like being around. But
yeah.
now if what we're trying to do is like then to allow other people, and then if you have more space, how can still you have that level of trust?
But I think so like the way I did like this long performance in Colombia was like I didn't really think about who's coming. I mean, no, I did think about it, but it's more about I do it for friends. So I don't really care someone who doesn't know me just randomly there. I mean, it's not that I don't care, but I'm not trying to, explain everything. I just do it for my friends who knows me. And then but if it's not, but that doesn't mean that I'm like slacking off. I'm not, I am putting energy for my friends, and that's good. And I think that's like could be like one way of doing it. That because we have a circle of, people we already share the intimacy and just invite them, just do something for them that other people can also maybe get something or maybe not.
But I mean, that's the tricky, like how, that's I guess what I'm trying to find, like, because I mean that's what art, I guess, like, the state of the art of contemporary dance, that's the place where I guess I was coming from. That's why I guess I take a step away from that, is you get so much into a research space that it becomes self-referential, so that's just your friends or your colleagues will understand what you're doing. So then how still you can give entry points for other people and still keep and still gives and still do your work.
I think, yeah, I think we have to come back to this later, like after this week. But the way I think is like there is a way to do it for the close circle, but not being self-referential. I think that's two different things. And the problem is that when you become self-referential, that they need basically they need to know something, right, to understand. That's the problem when you get self-referential. They
So you mean that there is information that they cannot access, that they don't have. So that's
if
why,
they don't know, they don't know and they don't get it. But then
yeah,
but
yeah,
that's about
yeah,
knowledge. But then
yeah, yeah,
probably there
yeah,
is
yeah.
different
Especially,
part. Yeah.
yeah, yeah, yeah. But that's what I guess what I meant when I say like it's not so serious. I like to use those words always, but it's, I guess, like it's more useful, say playful, or I need to find another word, because then it's not about like sharing knowledge when you said what you know, because then it's true, then people who don't have access to certain information, that will know if what you're trying to share is knowledge. But if it's something different than just um yeah, a dialectic approach, then it's yeah, is different than yeah. I think yeah, I think you're right in that.
Yeah, it could be like more like experiential, that something that with the already intimate people we have shared experience.
Which is, I mean, no, it's yeah, seldom. Which is the funny thing with the that's what is interesting with science in these days, is because I mean we talk at some point of that, science until not too long ago, the experience was not really counting science.
Mm,
You always were counting the scientific methods. But then when you start speaking of like this new turn of science, and I guess that came more from that also quantum physics, um, then the experience count, like not
mm,
only an objective truth, but a subjective experience count. So the fact that you don't know certain information in biology and chemical whatever, is it will not put you away necessarily, because everybody has experience,
right.
and it's just a different angle of what you're working on.
Yeah. Yeah. And they can relate to it. So like even though, or yeah, even if I don't share intimacy with someone yet, if we have some kind of experience that is not shared, but if we can relate enough, then that's good enough. Like that's why like people like my cards, because they don't know me, but they can relate to their experience looking at
Right,
the cards. Some things might not be relatable, but that's why it's interesting.
right.
So
Relationality. Okay, maybe like we can come back for a second,
yeah,
like
it's just
yeah,
been close it and come back.
yep. Okay, let's round this up.
Yeah.
um
By the way,
things
speaking about the closed circle, I think I kept thinking like I should send these videos to Annie, because I mean if she has time, like she might give us interesting comments.
Totally, and he's in Holland. Like, I think we should go to Holland to this thing, to the Moco thing. But I think Annie will be the
I
worst. Like, I don't know, like, I mean, because that's
the
so
worst.
academic. Like, because that's, I mean, the worst in the sense of like, I don't know how interested she is in this academic thing. Because this is like the super academic thing with the
She's
Moco.
she's involved in some academic stuff. I mean, not Moko, but I don't know if she's ever be part of that. But I don't
But yeah,
know.
but I think like so we have time for that, but I think we should be there, and Annie's there in Holland.
Right.
It's also like the 10 years of this initiative, and yeah. Um, go back to this. So tomorrow I have a meeting with the people, with the tech people,
Oh yeah.
to put a stage there. Um, so I will have the stage design fixed somehow. Then I'm working. So today I was working on the slides.
Let's
We
see. Oh, why is it doing Japanese so bad?
so I guess what it comes tomorrow is like maybe should have the things in pieces and then try to rehearse. We need to still define, I guess we still need to define how to deal with the last part. I lose my thought. So what I was trying to say that regardless of like the on this last part with you in the space is the one approach could be just like bluntly, I mean, just saying like, doing two things. One is like you saying like you are, that is you're surprised that you are Japan and you are joining us, like kind of like giving this hype that
At 4 a.m.
is nice for you that you are there, but at the same time, just like literally just dragging a video and then just play and then just that you just literally one thing could be that and it's easier like um also because it's so fast, so I don't know. I mean, that's one way how I thought like that could be one way also like to deal with that is you just literally just tell them this is happening now and then just you put a video. Um and yeah, that's one way how I thought that could be. But can be something also. We'll see. We have to, I guess we will just see in
Yeah.
like once we are doing it that um uh I might think that the video might be a bit too short because it's like wait, I'm gonna see the video with you. Is this? Naoto Fake.
Where should I even see it? Ah, yeah.
I need
Okay, can you hear me now? Good. Okay. So I hope you're enjoying the open house today.
so it's from 30. Okay. So it's like 2 minutes. I'm thinking how in the script it comes because I need to ask them to stand up. I don't know if there will be. I guess I wish it will not, but I guess there will be chairs. So I
Mm,
thought it will be. It's nicer if the people are standing, but
mm,
maybe it's easier just to put chairs there because it still is 20 minutes to be there,
yeah.
and not but everybody. I mean, I sit on the floor, but not everybody will do that.
Mm,
Um, so could be I need to find in the flow how this come
right.
because I need to do the thing to introduce you and then to do this together. Um, so I guess let's deal with this tomorrow. We have time for this. I think important is that we do it in that I put the slides now together and then we try to do it with the slides.
Right.
Yeah. Maybe like that. So to do is maybe to record. Yeah, now to record video with subtitles. Yeah,
Yep.
that's it.
And I'll send you the video of me, the fake call thingy. Because you need a video, right? The video file.
Yeah. But also, can you put there the links?
Yeah.
Because now they are also online.
Right. So where is it? So this is this. Pretty sure it has the chip thingy. No. No. What? Okay. And
river run past Eve and
Wait. No. This is the last version. This is the last version of this. I'll just put it here. I'll replace this. Revision. I don't know what it is. Okay, no. I'll do that. How you call the last one? Revision? Yeah.
Yeah.
And this is the one who is here?
What?
In the to do, come try to see where is the
No, to do one is old one.
okay, sorry, no, you put it there.
Updating.
Yeah, no better.
Yeah.
Yeah, just you put it there.
Yeah.
So this is the chat. This is the one, this is the last version.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's easier, I guess, if you send me the video with the subtitles.
Yeah. Oh yeah. So this I need to subtitle. So I'll maybe erase it for now. Link.
No, because it's there. What do you mean?
Because we need a subtitle, right? Oh,
Yeah,
the YouTube, yes, it's already
the YouTube is
subtitled.
there, like always with subtitles. Yeah. Chat YouTube. What? 2 videos. Montage video.
There's montage video actually.
YouTube.
I think it's this one. Now we have like so many versions.
Yeah, now I was confused. Then
Yeah. Oh. But I think this is correct. Yeah. I just need to generate this. And yeah.
okay, so this is the montage. This is the normal one. Okay, I understand this. Yeah, I understand this. Then montage of what?
Maybe I shouldn't do this. Just keep things.
On what is the second one? The first one is called montage video, and the second one, what is it?
The YouTube. It's just the YouTube link.
Ah,
The same
okay,
thing.
yeah.
Just in case.
No, yeah, I will just put it. I will call it drive maybe. Because then I
Oh,
know
yep.
where is it. Montage
True.
drive, the YouTube chat,
Yeah.
YouTube. Yeah. So yeah, so you're putting this there.
Yeah.
And then drive and YouTube. Yeah. That's clear.
Good.
And cool. So I will be tomorrow early there. So I think tomorrow we can. I mean, depends how early, but maybe we can try a bit early. Like maybe because I have to be there early at 11. So maybe we could try to aim for maybe 1 or 2. Depends.
Yeah.
Like but maybe I will try. Depends, I guess, how I'm with work today. But I will aim for 1. But I let you know tomorrow.
Okay. 1 is like 9 p.m. here, so it should be fine.
Yeah, 1. I mean 1 or 2. Depends.
Yeah.
If I'm working there at 11, and 11 I do things with them at 12, 1. I'll let you know because you will be awake anyway. How it goes.
Yeah.
Let you know how it goes with them. Something that I wanted to mention just now is that I started thinking, because we need to have this conversation in parallel. I mean, although now we focus in the academy, is this sort of artificial intelligence. I think that if you see here in the document,
Where are you pointing? Yeah.
yeah, in the Modena section,
Now we don't have the schedule anymore. No.
Like with this actually these questions are from these questions are actually part of the academy.
Yeah.
Okay, somehow. This also, I'll just try to do this. Maybe.
Yeah.
At least a little bit. Okay, and so it's there. So I was thinking that artificial intelligence as a full new entity with human-alike agency within a framework could be an entry point for narratives. Like, yeah. So I was thinking that, like, because the conversation that we're having was like directly how to apply artificial intelligence,
Right.
right? But maybe another take could be um, before even we know if it's possible or it's not possible. But I'm interested in working to start talking maybe of this an entity, like something that is there, something because that's a narrative that can give space for narrative.
Mm.
So, and already that was part of the application, but then we can start thinking that it's an entity that I see that it has a human-like um, um, characteristics. Um, and that we can, could be something that we can even feed or start feeding, like based on things that we have. So it could be an I don't know, even say like an example could be a speech-based um, model based on GP3 or something that we can feed it with a lot of things that we have done or read, right?
Oh,
So,
okay.
and then maybe based on that we can start saying to that, like, okay, create a character of something. And so in one hand we can start using, wait, what I'm saying is different things. What I'm saying is, like, we can start thinking of this like more from the point of view of an entity. I don't see it as a person,
Mm.
but we can speak of a person because maybe it's easy right now. Like it's a like, say it's a third person. It's a third person, and then we can use artificial intelligence to make that person. Rather than just like only like the artificial intelligence as a tool, then we could use this more to create a person. And then we
Mm.
define what that we want to create, for instance. What is that we want to create?
I was thinking like it could be also like combination of like what you just described and the editor thing. It could be just, I mean, I'm not trying to simplify it, but the third person who's coding, or it's not doesn't have to be just coding, but maybe saying something, but
No, but this is good. I mean, because this is the process that I think we have to go, is like is that we have to imagine things that regardless of what exists. And I think maybe that could be your role then. I mean, in a way, I will say, like, this is a process that has to be both. We have to do the two sides, like at least in consulting also. Um, but I guess what I will try to push more at is like trying to imagine, um, like what I'm trying to do now, like trying to find and to create this entity, regardless of if it's possible or not. And then I think maybe you should think also that, but from the designer, coder, programmer perspective also, which is what
mm,
you're doing. How we can basically make that into something that it's possible.
yeah, yeah,
Um, so, but I guess we should be in constant relation, because that's I think that could be a good way to go around that. Um, yeah. And then yeah,
I would make a rabbit.
maybe make a rabbit.
Remember, like when we presented in Tallinn.
We can take one of the dogs that you have with Flora,
Oh
and we
my
can
gosh.
install artificial intelligence at the dog, and the dog becomes is doing things by itself. Like the dog uses and we explain it like in the conversation. We use artificial intelligence in a very smart way. Now the dog can decide if it goes front, back, right, or left by itself.
And it can bark.
It can bark when he wants. When he wants. We use artificial intelligence and the dog is autonomous. It does all these things by itself.
Yeah. But I think it's like when you say this idea, I think it's nice to like think about, what's the representation? Like what's the avatar, or is it a robot,
That's what I think
android?
it could be interesting. And I start seeing also when I'm seeing that we put this thing together that like because also I have the VR headset that we can use these things like because then we can use a VR headset because it's also now I'm seeing that it's something that it is part of something. It is when I see it in the way how we presented at least now for this week, it is one thing, but it's not the dominant thing,
Mm.
right? So um I think we need what I'm saying is that it seems that I think we need drama, we need problems, real problems somehow, like drama, like narratives. And I think like thinking rather than imposing a story or something, could be from the creation of I mean, already there's a problem. You create, we have been like, and this is not far away from our experience. We have been working all this time. We want to introduce a third person. I want to work with
Mm.
that person. The difference is this person is not human and we can create the person. So what do we need this person to be, or like how much is our God process in it? Like how much are we want to be involved in the making process of the person? Do we want the person to discover itself within the doing? How much control you want? um, I think those are questions that that maybe we should take out from this conversation.
Mm.
I think those questions now are kind of clear.
Right.
Because somehow it's like it seems like this person needs to understand, it needs to understand something from it. Like why is there? It needs to have a purpose. Why is there? So we need to define some purpose. Like the purpose could be you are here to help the audience, like through the interface to create glitches through Hydra. Could be that. But already doing this in this way and then use it within the performance, and this is a narrative.
I share my screen. Oh yeah, it works. This is my phone. Like I went to the exhibition yesterday, and it's like a, kind of parody of Power Ranger.
It looks like power, like
Yeah,
superhero or something. Yeah.
but it's actually like these like cleaning robots, like vacuum
Amazing.
robots, but they have like different characters. And this even has like dessert on it.
Will be amazing. Like, did we saw this with you, like in Hamburg? Like, why will be nice to work with vacuum cleaners.
What's that?
Will be nice. Like we saw this in Hamburg with you. There was a performance where they were using vacuum cleaners in the space.
Was it? Oh, is it like this dystopian thing
We saw it. Yeah, we saw it together in when we were in Hamburg.
at the
Like,
Kampnagel? Like the one that lifts the stage at the end.
yeah, there
Like,
are different things happening,
yeah,
and then the liquids
yeah,
and stuff.
like
And
dystopian, like waste, and like I don't know how it was, but yeah, I remember they had a lot of robots, right? Like the Segway kind of stuff, and
yeah. Like that could be like nice to have a vacuum cleaner would be nice.
How much do they
But I
cost?
guess
It's not that expensive, right?
no, I mean, and we have like, I mean, they can buy it for Slovenia, like, and they can keep
To
it.
clean the stage.
We just need to learn how to hack that. And I'm sure that already should be people who did it. That we need
Yeah.
just to have something. I mean, this is just like some throwing things out, like could
Mm.
be like that could be a manifestation. Also, I was thinking, I was reading like, you know, a simple um Kinect or something alike, or even just with web cameras where people see, yeah, it should be more like with web cameras through Hide or something, with people see like the reaction of like that image change it, but there should be something behind that. What if, for instance, setting the space, there is somehow there is the projection of this, and then so meaning that the people understand if you go there and you move, the image change, you know, like the typical setup of something happens physically when you physically
With the
interact
camera.
with the
Yeah.
installation. But what if when the people they arrive there, then the thing, because it's in a vacuum cleaner or something that it moves, it just moves away. So the person needs to try to always go and catch it, because the thing is never
Mm,
every time that the person arrives, the thing will go.
right. I'm pretty sure there are some installations like that, but I don't know if I know
And this,
anything.
and this is very simple. And this is very simple, but it could give something already. Because I mean, there's two different things. One is like the image wants to happen, but the robot or whatever it is that it moves, it doesn't want that to happen for some reason. It
Mm. But it's like animal. They'll just like,
Yeah,
go away.
it's like what?
They just go away if you go close. I mean, depends on the animal, but like birds, they would go away. They're afraid of you.
Yeah. And I think we should go like in an intelligent, whatever we decide to do, we have to come back on this conversation. It doesn't have to go deep into, say we decide to go with the vacuum cleaner. It doesn't have to that we need to be like super into robotics and then make understanding of what is going to happen, but mm, still like give some entry point um, of, because I think it's something about the physical manifestation of this entity,
Mm.
thing.
Yeah, yeah, that's important. Yeah, to have the representation or
And this is something that is, because I mean I read the text with that. I think maybe I'll share it with you later these days. Yeah, but I think they clarify. It sometimes becomes a bit complex, but they clarify, at least in words, this the relationality, or yeah, relational aspect between the technology and the human. Wait, something that maybe I can remember correct is, they say like in there was the example of an interact of a this classical setup of an installation where the human, you go, when you go, then there is a Kinect or something, and then something is happening, right? They were talking about the interface. So they were saying that you need something that is surprising for the uh, event to keep on. I mean, for the person to find new meanings, there should be surprises. There should be new meanings, new rediscovering constantly for the installation to keep on happening. So they mentioned like the installation and the person. So when the person start moving and then the person understand if I move my hand, this happens. Is the person that is the interface in a way? Like, so the person one in the book, they were arguing the person is the interface because it connects the artwork with the person. But they were also saying that the way how that relation is established is through representation. Yes, that's the whole point. Like through mimesis. Like the person goes and start like just going in this process of like, this is my hand moves here. So that's in a representational process. And then also the computer will do this mimic process. Like, so a classic understanding through representation, very simple, a very very simple. But then they said the only way how this thing can keep on happening or when becomes a piece of art is when they call it surprises, or I guess we can set up glitches also, is when while you're doing also this, you think that there are other things happening. So not only the representation aspect that is quite clear, but that there are surprises within that. So they were saying that in the example that because there were some lights in certain ways, you start experiencing then your body differently. So it was something that was not planned, but it was a surprise. So it's kind of a mistake that is these mistakes or these glitches are the ones that keep the process of interesting for both sides. Otherwise, it's just representational. But it must be, but in any way. So I guess what I'm trying to say simply is that in that case, the way how you establish the relationship with the interface is through representation and through a basic to representation of through mimesis. So through a really basic understanding of what is happening in front of you.
Right.
But the only way to make something out of that is when mistakes, or she called it surprises, happen. So when you give more space, which is, I was making the connection to what we're doing. When you give space to see also other things that cannot be planned also, but are just things that are in the space, is when new meanings can happen and when the installation becomes something else.
Like when you say this surprises, like, is it something that, for example, if it's like following the hand, it stops following the hand, or like like basic example? Okay, yeah,
could be like, because that's a mistake. I mean, there was I think they were more clear with that, but I think like the whole point is like that those things are things that you cannot. I mean, if it's a good of we can speak about glitches. Then if it's a good glitch, well, let's call it surprise. If it's a good surprise, the surprise is only. She's saying that the surprises are the ones who maintain the interesting the installation. The interface by itself is not interesting. Also, the person by all the process, only the process is not interesting. So it's only the surprises who help the process to become meaningful and ongoing process. And she was saying that these surprises are surprises only if basically only if they surprise you, like only when they're happening. You cannot foresee a surprise beforehand, like,
because then it's not a surprise.
it is exactly, that's what I'm trying to say in words. Like, it's something that must happen. So it's that's why, like, you can think as a slash glitch somehow.
Yeah, But it's a circular definition, you know. It is a surprise because it's a surprise.
It is, yeah, but it's simple, like to understand.
But
But
I
it
get,
makes
yeah,
sense.
I understand, yeah. Yeah, I mean I mean this works when it surprises you. And even if you intend this feature as surprise, if people don't understand, I mean, if you don't, people are not surprised with this feature, then it's not a surprise, or it's not effective.
Yeah, because yeah, okay, one could, because somehow it's at the end it's about engagement and like for the
Mm.
person to find meanings. Um,
But this is actually interesting part because it's, I think it's really specific about installation, right? Because if there's no surprise, you could still try to master it, quote unquote, which is like an instrument. Because instruments, I mean, you might want surprise, but usually you don't want surprise. Then you can practice and you can play with it, like a musical instrument, for example. It doesn't give you a surprise, but you practice.
Nobody have to surprise you, no? I think it's the same, no? Like sometimes, I guess, I think it's similar the process, like you get, or maybe not, like the you have to, like through some mimetic, or what she will call it, like uh yeah, like through some mimesis and approach, you will start trying to make the thing work. So you need still like some first level of understanding of how the thing works.
Right. Otherwise, it's just random.
But yeah, if you don't know that it's a guitar, like you start doing other things. Um, but
No,
then
but
at
the
some,
rule is clear with the guitar, you know. I mean, it's physics. But if, for example, if there's a guitar that you hit the string and every time it's a different sound, then you can't really master it. I mean, you can master it as such, but
you mean every time that you hit the guitar in the same way, if it will do something differently,
exactly,
yeah, you cannot master it. Yeah.
you know. I mean, you can use it as a random generator, but that's another thing.
A random guitar. That's gonna be
Or
kind of
like,
fun.
you know, I don't know, every weekday it will be random, but on the weekend it's not random, or I don't know, whatever. If it's sunny, it's I mean, I don't know. I mean, but then there's still a pattern, but I don't know what I'm saying now. But there's this thing that, you know, I think the way they're describing about installation is something that is experienced in like short duration of time. Like you confront installation and you get it, but you're not going to be there for like 1 hour, or like, you know, you're not going to be there for days, right?
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
But
Yeah.
then but then on the other hand, you know, like if it's something like instrument
Okay.
that you can obtain, you can practice, then that's another story. And I think, you know, it's
Yeah, in that case, there's a difference, yeah, between, because then
yeah,
what will be the instrument in a way, then you can master the instrument. An
right,
installation, or I mean, it could be that you create an installation that is an instrument, and that's the purpose.
sure,
But because that becomes then, I guess, in that sense, because then it is with, if we speak about technology, it goes almost to the spectrum of gamification. You know, you put, then somebody wants to keep on going back because wants to become wants to master the installation.
but then if it's a gamification, you need reward in a way. If it's a like a
Yeah, but
guitar like
that is,
thing,
then it's a different conversation, because then you go to the rules. So then the surprise as such is planned. So it's a different thing, at least from what she's proposing. So because that's a different
right,
thing. That will be more
Right.
gamification. But she's speaking on is something that they just happen in that's why she uses these words often of relationality is relation. It is this intrinsic relation between the viewer participant and the artwork that it is happening and is unfolding in time.
Mm,
So it's because it's in time. In that time is that when their things are happening.
right.
Yeah. Okay. But I mean, I was just wanted to mention that of this for
I
the
mean, it
Modena.
still stands for our performance, right? It's
Totally.
on that spot, unless
Yeah.
we make an app that, people can get it and, download it and, they can use it for forever. I don't know.
No, I think that's what I thought I wanted to share with you because I think it's, I mean, they just like they're quite precise from where they use certain words, but it's exactly what we're trying to do. They just give, I guess they just really break it down in a paper, in an
Mm.
article. Then you see like the steps, why happens these, yeah. Um, but okay, maybe.
So,
But but maybe I
yeah,
can send it to you if you have time. You can maybe you just can read it because I have the book.
yeah, let's see.
That is not the focus on this. But I guess no, I wanted to just to mention the artificial intelligence
Yeah, I
now
think I
that
think it's a interesting approach, and I think this is something I've been thinking a lot since I'm in Japan, because people like to create, characters, mascots about everything. It's like
I
full of physical manifestation, like
actually that could be
everything
with something like maybe that should be could be something that we can use maybe from your experience there, how people are living there,
could be.
how is.
I mean, one thing, I mean, the call is ending, but something I found super interesting is like people in Japan think robots are friends, but in the Western context, robots are something, like that destroys the humanity. Okay, then shall we wrap up here? Or is there
uh,
anything you want to talk about?
yeah, maybe this can be, yeah, let's come back on this like afterwards. It doesn't have to
Yeah,
be.
welcome back. You didn't hear it. Okay, welcome back.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay, I'll put my soup. uh,
How was the chicken?
I still have some. I, I try to eat half chicken. That's the leftovers of the house. But and this is my
Oh.
these are my soups that will make my day. Oh wow! Now I have the like this. My body is the same as like the picture
Oh,
that I yesterday.
yeah. Now I know I can't move. But for me, it's upside down. So can I actually
Yeah.
flip it? I can flip it. Yeah. But I don't know if the recording is also like in that order. I mean, it's side by side anyways. I can fit into, I don't know, I can fit into your pocket. So,
I guess. Wait. I guess I also was telling you. Ah, you were not the one who sent me. So there is this happening. Politics of the machine. Politics of the machine. I guess I start thinking on this because Sid is doing is creating one of the I think this is maybe this could be interesting. Maybe we can just jump around. So Seed is creating one of the tracks of this thing.
Okay.
That it happens every few years. So apparently it's kind of, yeah, people say that it's very relevant, that cross point of science, I guess, specifically, and technology. There's a lot of nerds. It's tracks. So the track the Seed is, and I think what they're doing. Which one is it? Track 11. Yeah, this one. So they're doing the track 11, which I think is interesting.
Uh,
They're doing the track 11 about death, the growth, and infinitude. Yeah. So about life,
okay.
what is life and death. Found an interesting topic. So I guess I start thinking on
Fifty
that.
growth. Oh, finitude in the age of lifelike. Huh. Like how can AI die? This kind of stuff.
Or what? Yeah, I think it's more like I see it more. What is the definition of what is alive, basically?
Mm.
What
Yeah,
is
yeah.
And you sent me a point. I remember because I bought the book, but I couldn't extend so much at some point. How is called the name of this book of Animacy? You remember the book?
Oh yeah.
Animacy. Like, and there was a chapter like that was. I think maybe we can start like I think that would be an interesting angle for this thing of artificial intelligence. We can go through that because also I think
True.
you
That's
wrote
really
that
relevant.
article, Animacy book. How was it called? And you remember you.
I can search because I know that
in,
it came
in WhatsApp,
from.
like if you type also in WhatsApp, maybe because I remember you said about something very specific on the book.
Yeah, I can search.
See, no, I didn't find anything of animals in my WhatsApp.
I remember Echo suggested that. Hmm. Yeah, it is Animacies, but I don't know why I can't find it.
Are you
It's
searching
weird.
what in the WhatsApp?
Oh, maybe I have to just use my phone because it doesn't have the complete
Yeah,
record.
yeah, because I couldn't find anything.
Yeah. Gosh. So funny. Me like I'm sent that time I was sending you photos from Santa Marta.
Yeah,
Like it was end of last year.
and I think I have the book actually in PDF.
Yeah, this is PDF. How can I do this?
Becoming Human. Is this the one? Becoming Human chapter open preview. Organs of War. Did you send me a chapter? I think did you send me a chapter?
No, that was a entire book, I think.
Because I know I remember about the book. But I found now measurement organs.
Oh,
Is
the
it
one who recommended this book, she recommended us chapter 4 and 6.
on the book Becoming Human? So you remember now. So you remember you found it or you found information?
You mean the whole PDF? I found it.
No, I was asking, yeah, about did I remember that somebody asked you about some chapters, like
Oh
the
yeah, so
recommend?
that's chapter 4 and 6. I'll just copy it again.
How did you find, I mean, did you find it in the conversation or what?
Yeah, if I open it on my app, I found it because on the web it doesn't have the full history, but on my phone I had it.
And the PDF is the whole book.
Yeah, but then if it's on the web, you can't really see it, so I have to maybe resend it. Yeah, it's
No, I
like
see it.
three.
I mean, now it works.
Okay,
It works.
yeah,
I
it's like
downloaded it.
312 pages, so it's the entire book.
And I recommend chapter 4 of 6. Maybe just copy paste put it in the put it, I guess, in the I
Doc.
mean here,
Yeah.
in the doc. I'll recommend of what is called anime. What is the book now? What do we put there as link? Can you maybe just put the
I'll try to like put it on my drive and then
and then just link there
link
with
there.
a chip?
Yeah,
I'm so pissed off that the chip is not working always. The links as chip, they
I
only
know.
work they only work if the document is yours. No?
Really? I don't know.
Yeah.
It's a bit weird.
Yeah, it's not only work like the chips that not like say for example a YouTube link cannot be a chip, no?
Uh, no, no.
No.
That's oh, there is chip actually, but it's like ugly. But
For
it
what?
kind of works. It's just like sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. Maybe it takes some time to load it. I don't know.
Like for instance, like in the folder, the Molina folder link that is there because I put it there the link. Like it doesn't give me the possibility to make it a chip because I guess the document is from William, it's not mine.
Oh,
You see here what I
so
am?
this. Oh, I could make it in a chip, but this one, no. But then if I copy link, wait, I'm gonna try. I know. Okay.
No,
Yeah, you're right. It doesn't have a chip.
because it should be yours. Yeah, it should be yours. Yeah. I guess it's because it's
Yeah.
Williams. That's not ours. It's Williams folder, which I think would be. I mean, I think we have to put this in our folder because what if he at some point one day he raised it?
Yeah, Modena is over, and then everything is it's gonna be deleted. No. Okay, so
But I
this is the
think
book.
so I guess what I'm mentioning here is that we can try to think about, and that's why I was mentioning also I think there are nice texts in this already, just text from what they propose here
Mm.
in that link. Um, um, what is aliveness? Yeah, life aliveness. Yeah, this thing. Animacy. I think it's this just to start proposing something like because we were just like more like worried about like okay, so what artificial intelligence, but like could be more that we can start doing like from it will be easier from or I mean there's a different angle to do it.
Yeah, yeah, totally makes sense.
Yeah. and because also could be something that can grow in time. Like that's the way how I see it. Like I don't know how it will work with technology, but if we start defining something that's it is something that it should grow by in time.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like what if the hybrid document it's an entity? What if we can make a hybrid from the hybrid document an entity? What that will say? It will say, I fuck I hate my existence. This is such a mess. What are you doing? That will be interesting. Like what will this document that we have will say about its own existence? Like
Yeah.
it'll be interesting. I used to put it here. What Google said, like maybe it really lacks the way how we do it things. Could be fun, could be a fun exercise.
Oh my gosh, it has 47 pages.
This is that. Man,
It's a fat document.
bad document. Is it like in from the document lives, like in human lives, like in I mean in our societies, and we I mean we value like to be healthy and skinny. And so what about documents? Documents have to be, they cannot be too skinny, but also if they're too fat.
I mean, but it comes down to the content, right? What you eat.
Yeah. So I still maybe think like, what if we are trying to do something? I mean, how to say this, like as an excuse, like I'm thinking that I'm still with Modena, like what if we are trying to, we have a task, I don't know, there is a task, we have to do something, and there is a conflict. I mean, this third actor has a problem with it, or there is something happening because of that. Said maybe we are trying to write the Bible of best practices of like the Bible of like a manifest about the body and technology and or something, or maybe to make bread or to cook soup or something. And then this third entity has a problem with it.
Hmm. I mean, it should be something that the third person should come from a different place from where we're from. But I don't know.
I also think because like for January, I want to put something. I also want to work with something with Unity. I want to do something very simple, but I want to create a landscape.
Okay.
A landscape. Um, the VR heads it is. I mean, I kind of I will start from that simple way because I know. I mean, it's because I know also in terms of time and I don't need too much time to do it, and I want to do it. But could become something else like what if that, for instance, like this give you space to, you know, like once you are in the VR headset, then you are free somehow. Like once if it's a landscape, like a nice landscape, um, and the physical space where you are is not nice, then you constantly maybe would like to be in that space, in that virtual space. I don't know. I'm saying different things at the same time now, but
I think I'm gonna go to sleep,
yeah,
but I think
I'm
it's
gonna
yeah, it's a good
have my lunch. I think
starting
it'll be a
point.
fun process. I think we
Yeah.
should have this process.
But then like I was also thinking, well, or maybe I should say it next time. No, I was thinking like, what is it for you? Like we don't talk too much about like where we're from, but like in Colombia, how is it? And I mean, in Japan, I can, expand a lot in this context of, physical manifestation of the entity. But like, how is it for you? Is it something or
The
not?
old kind. I mean, to be honest, actually, that could really give body to the like. I mean, from what I just know, I know like in the East, I think there is this things how we perceive things in the West are just not the same there, no? Like especially there is something with cartoons or something like I don't know, like with things at house, like I mean the differentiation between a person and objects. I don't know. This is something that I don't know too much, but I know it's not the same how we separate things in the West
Mm,
or how we see things in the West. That's I mean I see in cartoons like often it happens in that you see like things are alive in the house and
mm,
like when you see it from a Western perspective, it looks almost like creepy because it's that why the refrigerator will talk to you. I mean
right.
that feels creepy from
And
somebody.
it's not just like fiction. Like actually, things talk to you.
Really?
Yeah,
Like
like
in this you have to make videos and show me. Like tell me like example that you really happen.
I'll find a video then. Yeah. I'll find a video
Yeah,
then.
yeah, that
Like
would
what
be great.
that
Yeah.
in Japan everything talks to you. Yeah. But then
Really?
yeah. But then I don't know, like I don't well then like going to Colombia, like, I know that for example in the like indigenous people, like their culture, like I was with the Aruaco people and then they it's not about animism, but for them like stones are really sacred. They have to carry them from the ocean to the top of the mountain or something. And I think that's really interesting, how they are attached to an object.
This is interesting. Like that's something that I would like to do. But what if I mean in a timeline, I don't know, like we could start like somehow on your side, and I mean I'm talking about January basically
Mm,
because also if we are smart, then by January, then we can have something ready to be explored in physical space with you and me in Slovenia because I have to show something at the end in the academy. So that we work
right.
something towards January. We can maybe base and maybe you can share with me and we can investigate together a little bit of this animacy from your culture. Also, since you still are there, could be interesting. We might want to buy something or do something about it.
Mm,
Um, so it's smart that you are still there. And then in the labs after February until I don't know when we can then do the Colombian thing. And also because I think I will
mm,
try to go to Colombia because I'm crazy. I need to go see my family. So like I need to haven't been there like in 12 years, man. So I need to go there.
mm,
I think I will try to take that. Well, I think I will try to go to Colombia. Makes sense. And somehow in a way it makes sense in that period. Maybe I can talk to people and make it almost as a research and do something about it in that.
mm.
So there is a purpose there. Why to go there?
I mean, you have a
Then
lot of purposes.
yeah, I mean, apart like personal, but then work-wise within this work, then we have something for August already. You
Mm,
see that line, it makes it makes sense somehow. then we can work like we can talk of this afterwards, but we can work towards something in Japan that I mean we can feed us with this for February and then start going into the thing in Colombia. I mean, around this idea of animacy in back and forth, because I think also like now is super relevant in because of the artificial intelligence basically and alive and what is to be it's more what is to be intelligent and all these things. Yeah, it seems exciting to me.
Yeah, I think that's a really good entry point. I mean, this idea that you proposed. Now I feel much better about, working with AI. Well, working with AI sounds like, oh, but
It sounds
I
really
think,
funny. You have to show me. I cannot imagine like so really
yeah,
things in Japan like things just talk to you
yeah.
like
I'm looking for it. I'll send
show
you a
me.
video.
I cannot imagine that. You have to really show me. And also because then through that maybe also then we can propose something with that framework and then I can propose it in Belgium to go to Japan.
Yeah,
If I have the invitation, then I mean
yeah.
something clear in that we are in a phase where we are working towards a performance. Yeah, so it makes sense.
World tour, finally.
With artificial intelligence.
Okay, so I'll talk to you tomorrow and
Yeah.
have a good lunch
Yes, I have my lunch.
in the evening.
Ciao.
Ciao, ciao.
Nope.